The Arabian Sea, the Gulf of Aden, the Indian Ocean. These aren't just water bodies. They're the most contested maritime corridors on the planet, choke points for global trade, transit highways for billion-dollar drug networks, and hunting grounds for notorious Somali pirates. Billions of dollars in narcotics move through these waters every year. Fishermen are taken hostage. Commercial vessels vanish without a trace. And somewhere in the middle of it all, a navy is hunting them down, quietly, relentlessly, surgically. The scale of criminal activity in the Arabian Sea, the Gulf of Aden, the Gulf of Oman, and the Indian Ocean is staggering. Somali pirates operate from the eastern coastline, deploying small, fast boats to intercept and board larger commercial vessels, taking crews hostage for ransom. Drug cartels move their product through the same waters, concealing narcotics in hidden compartments aboard unmarked dhows, vessels running dark with no automatic identification system signal and no external markings. The region contains three of the world's most critical maritime choke points: the Strait of Hormuz, the Bab al-Mandeb, and the Suez Canal. At these narrow passages, vessels lose maneuverability and become acutely vulnerable to attack. Over 27 million barrels of oil transit these lanes annually. The total operational area spans more than 3.2 million square miles of international water. The consequences of allowing criminal networks to operate freely here extend far beyond the region. It disrupts global trade, it fuels terrorist financing, and destabilizes some of the world's most fragile economies. Western navies command most of the media attention in this fight. The United States, Britain, and France are the names most often associated with maritime security operations in the Indian Ocean region. But there's another force operating at the center of this crisis, one that receives far less coverage despite commanding the front line. I'm talking about none other than the Pakistan Navy. Pakistan sits at a geographic intersection that makes it uniquely positioned in this fight. The country holds a 1,046-kilometer coastline along the Arabian Sea, a total maritime area of 290,000 square kilometers. It's also in direct proximity to the Persian Gulf and the Horn of Africa, which are the two epicenters of maritime crime in the region. Pakistan relies on maritime trade for approximately 95% of its exports and imports. The security of these waters is not a foreign policy abstraction for Islamabad. It's an economic lifeline. At the operational edge of this mission is a Special Service Group Navy, or the SSGN, which is Pakistan's elite maritime commando unit, trained for high-risk boardings, vessel seizures, and direct action operations at sea. Pakistan's role in regional maritime security is built into the highest levels of international cooperation. They're a key player in the Combined Maritime Forces, the largest multinational naval partnership on Earth. Specifically, Pakistan leads the way in two major divisions, one focused on counter-narcotics and another dedicated to anti-piracy. In early 2026, Pakistan once again took command of the international counter-narcotics effort, a position of leadership they have held multiple times. Their impact on the anti-piracy front is even more impressive. Pakistan has led that specific task force 11 times, more than almost any other nation in the partnership. Beyond these coalitions, Pakistan runs its own independent regional petrol framework, a system of designated zones that extends the Navy's reach further into the Indian Ocean than ever before. This is where the doctrine becomes action. A suspect dhow is identified running dark. No signal, no markings, no nationality. The call is made. Within minutes, rigid hull inflatable boats are launched, cutting through dark water at high speed toward the largest vessel. SSGN operators move in tight formation, weapons ready, closing the distance before the crew on the dhow can react. Simultaneously, a Sea King helicopter moves into position overhead. Fast ropes drop. Operators descend onto a moving deck in open sea conditions. The boarding team sweeps the vessel, compartment by compartment. When suspects barricade themselves below deck, thermal breaching equipment cuts through steel. There's no negotiation at this stage. The operation is precise, fast, and overwhelming by design. These boardings are frequently conducted at night, which helps maintain the SSGN's superiority over drug trafficking crews relying on darkness for cover. The Pakistan Navy has refined this capability across years of operational deployment, and as a result, they've seized tons of narcotics and disrupted criminal networks. The Pakistan Navy's counter-narcotics record speaks for itself. During a major focused counter-narcotics operation in late 2025, the corvette PNS Yamuk intercepted 2 unmarked dhows in the Arabian Sea, both running entirely dark to evade detection. In the first boarding, they seized over 2 tons of crystal methamphetamine, valued at $822 million. Less than 2 days later, they boarded the second ship, where they seized 350 kilograms of methamphetamine and 50 kilograms of cocaine worth $150 million. That's over $972 million worth of narcotics in a single operation. In a separate joint intelligence-based operation, the Pakistan Navy and the Anti-Narcotics Force intercepted a fishing vessel carrying 9.5 tons of narcotics with an estimated value of $112 million. The drugs were concealed in hidden compartments designed to evade detection. A further joint operation with Pakistan Coast Guards in the Gwadar region uncovered 1,050 kilograms of hashish and 200 kilograms of methamphetamine hidden in mountain terrain in the Jiwani area, intended for maritime export, valued at approximately $110 million. The Pakistan Navy's mandate extends beyond interdiction. In June 2011, they executed Operation Umid Inu, where they deployed PNS Babur with SSGN teams and their medical personnel on a rescue mission. Using their prowess, they rescued and escorted the merchant vessel MV Suez with its 22-member crew to safety. Somali pirates had just released this merchant ship after 10 months in captivity, leaving it damaged, sinking, and under renewed pirate attack. Warning shots drove off the attacking pirates, and all crew members were evacuated safely to Karachi. The operation demonstrated the Pakistan Navy's ability to project force, provide humanitarian assistance, and protect civilian lives simultaneously across vast stretches of open ocean. More recently, during Operation Sea Spirit, PNS Hunain provided emergency medical assistance to an Iranian vessel stranded 600 nautical miles from the nearest coast. The Pakistan Navy doesn't operate in isolation. It actively builds and leads the coalitions that make regional maritime security possible. Operation Sea Spirit, conducted under Pakistan's anti-piracy leadership, brought together personnel from 13 combined maritime forces partner nations and naval assets from 6 countries. The operation covered the Gulf of Aden, the Somali coast, and the Socotra Gap. They deployed coordinated surface and air assets and visit board search and seizure drills designed to sharpen interoperability across multinational teams. On a broader scale, Pakistan has been hosting the A-Man exercise since 2007. This is a multinational naval exercise drawing representatives from across the globe. The 2025 edition was attended by 60 nations. A-Man focuses specifically on counter-piracy, counter-terrorism, and anti-smuggling cooperation. These exercises aren't ceremonial. They're operational training platforms that keep the Pakistan Navy and its partners combat-ready for the exact conditions they faced in the field. The result is a force that not only responds to threats but also builds the institutional architecture to suppress them, thereby enhancing maritime security and operational effectiveness in the region. Our seas are safer because of the Pakistan Navy. From billion-dollar drug seizures to hostage rescues hundreds of miles from shore, the Pakistan Navy and its SSGN Commandos have proven themselves a disciplined, capable, and indispensable force in the fight to keep the world's most critical water secure. As criminal networks grow more sophisticated and maritime threats continue to evolve, the question remains: can international coalitions sustain the pressure needed to keep these important sea routes permanently under control? Let us know what you think in the comments below. If you want to stay ahead of the curve on global flashpoints and modern naval warfare, hit the like button and make sure to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.